And action.
Hey everyone, welcome to Industry Headlines. He's Kevin Kaufman, I'm Fred Weaver, and this is your quick summary of what's going on in the real estate and mortgage industry in the last week.
Absolutely. So we're going to go over a few things today, right? We're talking about early bird pricing ending for the year's biggest and best event. We're going to talk about KW rolling out their consumer app, and more importantly, the agents of KW responding to it, and then Wells Fargo. Big fine that they just agreed to.
Yeah. And lastly, we're going to talk about early bird pricing ending for our NLA Live, the real estate conference of the year.
Facts.
Oh, did we mention that already?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So that leads off today. So let's talk about that. This Saturday, the 29th, it's a special day, right? It's leap year day. There's only 29. There's only 29 days in February every 4 years. This is an important date.
Is it really every 4 years?
Yeah, that's why it's called leap year.
That's cool. That's awesome. I learned something new. But you know what I've learned is that real estate agents, my friends, you're like me. You wait till the last minute to sign up for things. You commit to them. You know you're coming. You know it's going to be an amazing event, but you wait. I'm telling you right now, the room block is more than 50% sold out. That in and of itself should be reason for you not to wait. We're at the Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona, casino, hotel, beautiful, almost 15,000 worth of conference space we've got. We're expecting 600, 800, 1,000 people. It's going to be amazing. You should be there.
Yep. So early bird pricing ends the Saturday, the 29th. Get on it.
Get your tickets for only $299. If you like Kevin a lot, you can use code Kevin for a small discount. If you just feel bad for me, use code Fred.
Use code Fred.
My discount's a little bigger.
You should use code Fred.
Hey, so Keller Williams rolled out a consumer app. Now, why is this a headline? Companies roll out tech all the time. Well, Keller Williams was behind the technology movement, forever. And a couple years ago, they came out and said, we're going to change that. And then a couple years later, nothing happened. And then a couple years later, nothing happened again. And finally, February of 2020, they have rolled out a consumer app. And people are torn. Let's be kind to them. There's some really good things in this tech. I personally have the app on my phone, not branded to an agent, by the way. And then there's some other stuff there's a lot of people that are a little whiny about it right now.
I'm not sure if whiny is the word. I would say there's some
critical is probably
expressing,
a better word.
Yeah, they're expressing their opinions. So this is funny because, what a lot of what we see in here is like, so glad we finally got an app, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Good for you. And the other piece of it that I'm hearing a lot of from agents reaching out to me personally, just conversations I've overheard of people going, hey, this isn't working, or I don't like the fact that it's not branded to me. And it just seems to be like there's these company lines of, consumer polls say that they don't want it branded to the agent. They want it branded to the company. That's interesting. That
Please release those consumer polls.
Yeah, that totally goes against everything KW has ever said, right? There's other concerns from agents out there who are going, hey, there's this functionality that maybe isn't working right, or properties aren't updating. This home sold 30 days ago and it still shows active on the app. Just random stuff like that. Some of this is like bugs. Others of these are features that were designed to be a certain way. But people are expressing frustration and kind of being smacked down. So what we're starting to hear a lot of is agents who are frustrated for giving their feedback and then basically been told to shut up and be a team player.
Well, here's the challenge of this app is that it wasn't like a soft rollout. It was a very loud vocal rollout. Yeah. Okay. So you had, speed and deliverability issues and, on top of, as you're saying, like accuracy issues. One of the other issues that's going on right now is people are hurrying to get the consumer app in their sphere and their clients' hands, their database's hands, because the app can only be branded to one agent. Now, granted, it doesn't brand the agent very strong anyway, based on consumer feedback and opinions and polls. But it can only be branded to one person, right? So a consumer has to choose if they know more than one KW agent whose app they want on their phone. So it's an interesting thing to watch. It'll be fun to watch how this kind of transpires, because I think KW's learning a lot. At one time, they said they would not do any bolt-on technology. That statement in and of itself showed how little they knew about tech space, because anything that requires an MLS to give you data is a bolt-on technology, right? So here we are now doing a consumer app with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of MLSs across the country, bolt-on technology data being shared, and it's creating some problems.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure they'll get it smoothed out eventually.
Not quite as big as the problems, though, that Wells Fargo has had over the last couple of years. They just finally, after, what has this been? I think it's 4 or 5 years now.
It's been a few years
have
for sure.
Settled their lawsuit, both criminal and civil lawsuit. Now, tell everybody about the lawsuit for those that were living under a rock.
Yeah, so they got their hands slapped would be probably a nice way of saying it, for having these tons of fake accounts created. So because of the way their incentive program worked, the employees had taken it upon themselves to effectively like fudge the numbers, right? Kind of like you see with agent counts sometimes. Like they were fudging numbers, creating accounts for people that didn't ask for it, and they got caught.
And not like a couple, not a couple hundred, not a couple thousand. There was over 2 million fake accounts done by over 5,000 unique Wells Fargo employees, mind you. That's the piece I think sometimes we miss. Anyway, they settled all criminal and civil lawsuits, 3 different lawsuits, to the tune of $3 billion.
That's a lot of B's. $3 billion. That's a lot of money.
That's incredible. So if you happen to get your hands on any of that $3 billion, or you just find an extra $299 laying around, we want to remind you that our last particular industry headline of the day here,
yes,
is that you should be signing up for NLA Live.
Yeah, early bird pricing ends on Saturday, February 29th, 2020.
Yeah, if you're not following our Next Level Agents Facebook group, you should probably just go in and join that right now, facebook.com/group/Next Level Agents, or that cool little search bar at the top. And if you're not on our email list, you should probably like get on the email list as well, so you can learn about all the amazing speakers. Like you just recently announced Laurel Starks. What a story, right? Like we don't have time to tell all the stories of the 25 plus people that are presenting here on industry headlines, but I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Money back guarantee. Seriously, if you hate it, find Kevin and I after day 1. We will personally pull cash out of our pockets or write you a check on the spot to give you your money back. That's how strongly we feel about NLA Live.
Yeah, so come join us, NLAlive.com. Got anything else?
Nope.
See you soon.
See you back here next week.